Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue and I am back for another Insecure review, y'all. Alright, so the episode starts off with Issa in her apartment, okay? And yeah, y'all, I forgot it's not the Dunes, my bad, okay? Like, the information that my brain has to hold, I just can't hold it all the time, okay? My bad, I forgot she managing at these apartments, right? Now, see, my problem with Issa is that you sit up there in your front like you're acting like an adult and shit, but you're not minding the business that pays you. Okay, not only is she living with reduced rent and getting paid to manage this apartment complex, you ain't got shit else to do but planning this little party. Okay, I know it's a lot, but you need to be able to handle the shit at that apartment complex first. If you can't handle that, then you can't handle the block party, okay? You can't do the block party if you can't do the apartment complex, okay? Like, that's just how I feel about it, all right? All the neighbors coming into her apartment early in the morning because they can't take a shower because they got Flint, Michigan in the fucking shower, okay? Rust water coming out. What's going on here, okay? These pipes obviously need to be replaced, all right? Something is amiss. Does Issa handle this? No. Why would she do that? It's 1 month before the block party and she got shit to handle with the block party, okay? Now let's start off with Molly and them first, okay? So Andrew goes over to Molly's apartment. She got her rollers in her hair, her wine. She got her laptop in her lap. She is cozied in for a night of work before she passes out, okay? From how much wine she drinking, all right? That's usually how these things go. I guess she must have forgot that Andrew was supposed to come over to her apartment. So he comes in and they instantly, you know, get into the kissing and she's trying to talk about work, but that's boring to him. So they go straight to the bedroom and, you know, right when we getting into it and everything and, you know, we looking at Andrew's tattoos and shit, she like... And he like, you can't stop thinking about work, huh? And she was like, I had this one thing that I need to get done. Like, just give me like an hour. I'll be done by 11, something like that, right? So she goes back to her computer and finishes her little work. It's after 1 by the time she finished. Damn near 2 o'clock in the morning. Andrew is in her bed, ass naked, knocked out, drooling on a pillow, okay? And she wakes him up and they, you know, go ahead and get into it. We didn't really get to see much of it. That was a disappointment to me. I said, how y'all gonna have all that sex in the first 2 episodes and now we on 3 and 4 and I ain't seen not a ass tap? I am upset. So for some reason Molly thinks this arrangement with Andrew is working, okay? And it's not. It's really not. We see a scene with her and 2 of the other women who work at the law firm with her. Remember, she turned these people off last year. So now she's trying to get back in good. There's a vibe going. The girls are joking. They're getting work done. And one of them has to leave, okay? So Molly and the other lady say they'll stay behind. Molly had a whole date with Andrew, but she had to text him and cancel. And she talked about how understanding he was. No, he not understanding. He just going with the damn flow. What else he gonna do? What he gonna make a whole ordeal about it? No, he not gonna do that. Y'all not at a place in a relationship where y'all can really show each other that type of anger, for one. And then for 2, I feel like he wouldn't even give you all of that anyway. He just obviously gonna be like, all right, you know, whatever, bro. I'll fool with you later on, until he can't deal with it no more, which is exactly what he was about to do, okay? But either way, Molly passes up on a date with Andrew so that she can be more of a team player at work. I'm not mad at her because this is something that she needed to do, but I also feel like you can't keep putting him on the back burner and then think that he's going to keep wanting to do this with you. Like, men have to feel like at some point that they're important in the situation. People, period. Women, everybody. At some point, you need to feel that you're important in the situation. But I feel like specifically with men, when they have to deal with a woman's work schedule. Now, when you busy and she having to fit in with your shit, it's all good, okay? But when she busy and you got to fit in with hers as well, now all of a sudden, I don't know if our work schedule is gonna be compatible. Boy, bye. Okay? Child, I don't even know if I want Andrew and Molly to be together at this point because I feel like he's always looking for a way out. It seems like, as much as it seems like he wants to mess with Molly, it always does seem like he's pulling back, hiding something. Like, he got his shit with him as well. So I don't know how I feel about the 2 of them in a relationship for, you know, long term. So Issa gets a phone call from the printer people. Okay, they're trying to get her flyers out, but they need the final approval. So she's trying to get in contact with Condola, who is ignoring the piss out of her. Okay, it's been days and she hasn't answered not a text message. So that tells us that whatever conversation Lawrence had with Condola at her place on Friendsgiving, it didn't go well. So now she's ghosting Issa, which I think is kind of fucked up. I mean, if you got an issue, you can say that. Don't wait until the last minute we doing all of this business together and now you dropping out and you ain't even gonna say nothing to me. Like, I know about this conversation that you and Lawrence had. You know what I'm saying? Either way, everybody goes over to Tiffany and Derek's house so that they can see the new baby. Okay, y'all, I really love Amanda in this role. I do. And when you see the way she looks at the baby and she's smiling, and you know, it's something that really made me tap into Amanda being a good actress, because y'all know I don't know if I can imagine, you know, Amanda being a very, you know, maternal person. Like, you know, just not her steez, it seems. All right, you know, just as far as from what we see. And to see her in this role, it's so opposite of the person that she is, you know what I'm saying? So I just think it's funny when I see those subtle small things. You know, every time she look at the baby, she's smiling, you know, being real about it though, sitting in the corner drinking her wine as her friends help her and do laundry and fold clothes and stuff like that. Like, I'm here for Amanda and Tiffany, I really am. But anyway, they all go over to her house so they can see the baby. Lawrence is already in there with Derek looking at the baby, talking to him about how he can't believe all of the trash things he did to women, and all women are somebody's daughter. And he just can't fathom one day some fuckboy is gonna try to finger fuck his daughter. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, the realization that you come to, the shit is scary. From what I understand from my daddy, and also from my cousin who has all girl children so far, yeah. Woo, nerve-wracking to say the least. Y'all, Molly really pissed me off because Issa saw a parking spot. Oh, okay, so she pull up and she starts to back up to back into the parking spot, and Molly pulls up. So Molly sees her, and you know, they keep having miscommunication, so both of them keep thinking that the other person is about to drive off. So Issa keeps backing up into the parking spot, Molly keeps driving forward into the parking spot. Eventually Issa says she'll just make the block again, and then Molly pulls up just the way Issa did to back into that parking spot. And I was so mad because I was like, bitch, you acting like you was about to pull in that parking spot the way it was, but you wasn't about to pull in that parking spot like you didn't see her. You saw her and you still was trying to take that fucking parking spot from her. Then you saw it was your friend, and instead of saying, oh, all right, girl, it's you, never mind, and backing up and finding yourself another parking spot because Issa was there first, you sit up there and like basically go back and forth with her about it until she moves away from the parking spot that she saw first. That shit is messed up to me, y'all. I know that's so small, but that shit irked my nerves. And then when they, you know, see each other, first of all, Nathan has been calling Issa and she's been ignoring his phone calls, but he's been keeping tabs on the block party. So, you know, maybe we can just about guess he might pop up at the block party, child. I don't know. But that would be messy. That would be hella messy. Molly and Issa, you know, walk up to each other on the stairs, and Molly is like, you know, that parking spot was already mine. And it's just like, oh my God, like, you are so annoying, okay? Molly's on one already, okay? Molly asked about her yoga mat and if she left it at Issa's the last time they had self-care Sundays, which they haven't had together in a while. So you can tell that, you know, there's a rift that's continuing to widen as time goes on between Molly and Issa. And it's aggravating the shit out of me, to be honest. They're both very selfish people. Like, y'all, it's just aggravating. Molly is more annoying to me than Issa, but Issa is also a user, and we get to that by the end of the episode. Just wait on it. We getting there. So they go in there, and Kelly is already there with Tiffany. Tiffany drinking her drink and pumping her breast milk and talking about how terrible this shit has been, but how much she loves her baby and everything, and how great Derek has been. And in that conversation, Molly starts comparing her relationship with Andrew and him understanding her hectic work schedule and working with her. You know, that's what a, you know, real relationship is about. And Issa is like, girl, all right, Jada, you red table talking over there, huh, bitch? And it was funny. It was just a joke, but Molly took it to heart. I was just saying that, you know, it was great that he was being supportive, because they were talking about how Tiffany's experience in the hospital was not the best. She had a blood clot, and had Derek not cursed out several fucking doctors, his wife could have died, you know, after having childbirth. Y'all, I am so terrified of having my baby in the hospital after the things I've heard. Like, now, in all actuality, I don't live in a place like LA. I live in New Orleans, okay? Where most of the people that work at the damn hospital be black sometimes, okay? So, you know, it just all depends. But I do have a black OBGYN that I hopes will be with me, you know, up until whatever, you know, if it happens. If not, child, I can't be worried. I can't be bothered, okay? But I will hope that my black OBGYN will make sure I don't die from blood clots or whatever the hell else happens when doctors and nurses don't give a fuck about the black mothers that are in the maternity ward, okay? And you allow them to go through all kind of shit because you ignore their pain. I've been in the emergency room before and felt like they didn't give a fuck that I was in there in a lot of pain, okay? Didn't give a shit. But then gonna send me a $1,100, $1,200 check. Get that shit out of my face. Get that shit out of my face. Molly and Tiffany go to check on the baby, and so Issa asked Kelly if she noticed how Molly has been all on her neck lately, just, you know, making little comments. It's been a lot of little small things, but shit ain't copacetic over there between them. And Kelly says, child, she probably feel the same way. Y'all should just talk to one another. Issa says, nah, she feel how she feel about me, and I don't think there's much I can say or do to change that, which I think is so ridiculous. Okay, obviously y'all just need to have a conversation that y'all continue to not have, that y'all should just have. Just saying. Molly gets a text message from Andrew. They were supposed to go on a date, but she cancels that date. So we see once again that you leaving him hanging. Obviously, he's gonna start to feel some type of way. Then she talks to Tiffany about Issa and how she's feeling about her. Tiff gives the same, you know, advice. Issa's probably feeling the same way. Y'all should talk to one another. But no, neither one of them is really going to have this conversation that they need to have with one another. I don't know what the issue is. Molly also noticed that Issa was outside talking to Lauren. So she's like, she keep telling me that don't be old Molly, but look at her downstairs being old Issa. You know, it's just like, God damn, bitch, they can't talk. Like, you know, like, it almost seemed like hate. Like, I understand everything she went through with Lawrence. And as a friend who can't stand somebody who will use or mess over my friend like that, and I'll remember that shit forever. I am one of those people, okay? So I get it. But it's just like, God damn, Molly, like, chill out. Like, she just, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like she aggravates the situation with that passive-aggressive shit so much more than Issa sometimes. Issa be so in her own world. She not even paying attention half the time. And Molly is paying attention to everything and taking everything fucking personal. Child, I cannot with the tools of them, okay? But Issa's downstairs talking to Lawrence. And I think he was about to tell her about this conversation he had with Condola. But she gets a phone call that her headliner, Schoolboy Q, just backed out of the block party. So now she's screwed and she has to go figure out what the hell she gonna do. She goes upstairs to tell the girls that she got something to deal with and she gotta go. And Molly sees Lawrence leaving at the same time. So she's like, that shit worked on my nerves, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. I was just like, why would you not, like, ask her what's going on? Like, you don't act like you care at all, Molly. But then at the end of the fucking episode, you're expecting her to care about you. Y'all exhausting. I'ma just tell you. So y'all, Issa is in her mirror, okay, trying to rap and get herself bucked up. But Issa in the mirror can't even pull Issa outside the mirror together, okay? It's just too much going on. So she gets on Instagram trying to find herself a local artist to fill her headliner spot. But, you know, she realizes that if you don't know somebody, it's hard to get these people to do, you know, a block party that is in its first year. They've never seen it before and all of that type of stuff. People usually don't want to take the risk. So yeah, she's gonna have to ask somebody for help at some point. Molly finally finds herself on a date with Andrew and she thanks him for his flexibility, and she suggests that they, you know, have some real good alcohol, get some real good edibles, and go back to her place and get into the wild thing. And he's like, oh, I made plans with my homeboys. You know, you always have work to do, so I assumed that you wouldn't have a lot of time. And I was like, what kind of passive-aggressive shit is that? I mean, look, he offered to cancel his plans and Molly was like, no, don't do that. I would have been like, yeah, cancel your fucking plans. Like, you made plans with me, nigga. Like, no, you can't go and hang out with your friends after we finish eating. Like, what? Somebody tried to do that to me one time. And we ain't fucking around now again after that. Okay? But that was also because there was a lot of other shit going on as well that was making me feel some type of way. But that right there, that was it. That was it. That was all. That's when I was like, okay, I don't care anymore. But in this moment, I wanted Molly to say, hey, nah, don't do that. Don't play me like no soybean burger, bitch. We going back to my fucking place. Call your homeboy and cancel. I wanted her to say that, but she didn't. So that left, you know, shit to be said. There's always some shit that you could have said that you didn't. So now they're gonna have to meet up later on and have the conversation all over again. If they could have had it at this table. Like, you know what I'm saying, y'all? Just aggravation. So Issa calls Molly to ask her if she can ask Andrew to help her out with this artist at Live Nation that she would like to try to get to headline the block party. Molly thought she was calling to just talk, and Molly's had a hard week, so Molly was about to unload all her, you know, woes on Issa before she can even get anything out. But Issa was like, oh girl, that's so bad, but you know what, I need your help. This won't take that long. I was dying laughing. I was like, it's fucked up, you know. And Issa was being very selfish because it's like, damn, you can at least pretend to care about what's going on with her if you're gonna ask her for a favor. But then when you see how many times throughout the episode it just seems like Molly is just, oh my god, like, and I get it, Issa says the little slick shit, but I thought it was a joke. Was it that deep, y'all? You know, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I think they're both annoying, okay? But I really feel like Molly is more annoying. And by the time we got to the end of the episode, all Issa cared about was her block party. And that's a problem, because when she tried to get into the shower at the end of the episode and the water comes out all rust brown and shit, then it's like, oh, I guess you should have been paying attention to something besides that fucking block party, huh? But whatever, okay? Molly, I guess, agrees to talk to Andrew. So she goes over to Andrew's place so that they can talk about their issues. And he says he doesn't know if their schedules are going to be compatible, babe. I don't know if it's going to work out, you know. And she's like, well, I mean, we can try, can't we? And he was like, I want to. And she was like, okay, good, you know. So at least he wants to try, so that makes her want to try. And, you know, they start kissing and shit. They end up having sex. It's all good between them for now. But she didn't want to, I guess, spoil the moment or ruin that by asking him for a favor, even though it's not like you ever asked this man for anything. I don't know why you couldn't ask him for this favor for your friend who's in a tough spot right now. I'm just saying, we all know in LA, and I mean anywhere, it's all about who you know. So I think this is bullshit, and I think this is Molly getting back at Issa for not caring about her feelings when she called to ask her about it. I think that's what this is, okay? Because I was just like, why would you not ask him? Like, what? I mean, I get it, but it just kind of seemed like when, you know, it's so hard for her to get this done and you got somebody that you already, you know, in a good place with at the end of the day. Like, I know y'all was going through something for a second, but you just laid up with this nigga and you can't ask him for a favor? Oh, okay. Is it just me? Y'all, I know that might be the selfish part of me that feels like she could have still asked for Issa, but whatever, you know. It's her relationship. If she felt like that would ruin things, that's up to her. And at the end of the day, Issa needs to be able to handle things on her own sometimes. Like, stop needing help from a friend all the goddamn time. Sometimes you need to show up and get things done all on your lonesome, because as you can see, your friends ain't gonna always show up for you, okay? What about your friends? They stand their ground, they let you down, yeah. Oh, what about your friends? Are they gonna be low down, be around? Oh, will they turn their backs on you? Yeah. But can it be I'm a little too friendly? So to say, hypothetically, hypothetically say, I supply creativity to what others mistake as a form of self-hate, only to make an enemy, which results in unfortunate destiny. They dog me out, then be next to me just cause I am what some choose to envy. People try to say I act a little funny. Hey, I had to get it together, but I got it. Anyway, y'all, Issa was feeling some type of way about Molly saying that she didn't want to jeopardize her relationship. And I just, I understand how everybody feels in this moment. But yeah, you guys, this is going to be interesting when the block party does happen. What's going to go down? Who's going to show up? Will Condola ever come back? Will she and Lawrence get together? Is Molly a hater forever? I don't know. Let's tune in next week and find out. Love you guys. See you in the next one.